Yeah, I mean, I certainly like Pochettino's style in terms of when he was at Southampton, when we played against his teams, when he was at Tottenham, they were always really, really well drilled, well organized, always fit, really athletic team. And I think we were starting to see it, or not we, Chelsea fans were starting to see it towards the end of the season. I think the last, 10, 15 games, I thought they were excellent. I think if you add up those points total at the end, they would have finished top four had it been over the course of the season, which of course it wasn't. However, it sort of gave me a bit of confidence in terms of Chelsea for the next season. So I was very, very surprised when he left. And probably you can probably argue that Maresca is a not as good a manager as of now as Pochettino is. I think that's a strange one. Certainly for the Chelsea fans to sort of get a head around. Why would you get rid of a really, really top class manager that managed in the Premier League, that managed in France, had success, for someone that's unproven in the top league. And Chelsea, obviously, they want to go back to winning Champions Leagues and winning leagues, and it just feels like a strange move looking in from the outside. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he didn't play too much last year, did he? I always like having an old wise head in the squad. I think they have massive value. Certainly in difficult situations, they got a better perspective on the season. Sometimes when you're younger, you just think about the now and well, about the now. But yeah, of course I miss him. I think by all accounts, when you see the players speak about him, they always have a smile. They're always sort of really appreciative of him. So yeah, I mean, of course I would miss him. But like we all know, football just is a forever turning wheel. It just keeps going. There'll be another guy coming in next season. Yeah, centre back, of course. That will need to be addressed. I think both fullbacks position, or with Chill obviously picking up a few more injuries over the last season, 2 seasons. I think that's a worry, because he's so good, he's so important for the team attacking wise. Same to be said on the right side with James. He's been picking up injuries, and they're so vital, or they were so vital under Pochettino in the attacking threat. Number nine, possibly. I'm a big fan of Jackson. To be fair, I think he's certainly grown in the season. You could see from the first game to the last game of the season, he's adapted his game. He's got a bit prolific. So maybe just someone a little bit more of an older head around Jackson, because I know he's a great age. He fits that sort of Chelsea profile player in terms of age. I know they don't want anyone over 28 or 29. So yeah, centre backs and I guess fullbacks, and obviously centre midfield. I mean, you can always find new players, can't you? But yeah, these would be my kind of bigger sort of issues to address. Yeah, I mean, Chelsea have been doing what they want in terms of transfer, haven't they? Really, I don't think there has been a clear strategy for the last sort of 2 years. I just wonder if what it would do to the confidence of someone like Jackson if you bring someone another big signing. I know you just said only 85 million, but if you pay that kind of money, you kind of want to play him straight away. And I thought Jackson finished the season well. Um, but yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's Maresca's decision, isn't he? How he wants to play. I know he's going to be a lot more possession based, rather than Pochettino, like really aggressive in his play, really tough tackling team. So Maresca's going to be a lot more strategic, or certainly was at Leicester. In terms of how he set up, everything was very structured. Everyone knew where to be at any given time. So I think he'd be looking at that kind of profile player. I like to see him getting a proper full season under his belt, where he gets, where he plays every game. Get a really good idea of what he's like under pressure. Um, you know, we always say he's young enough, and I do think sometimes, just learning your trade, maybe under a little bit less pressure at Brighton, where you can have a game where it's or 2 or 3 games in a row that if you're still learning your game, you don't get the peltering that you would probably at Chelsea. And I think that would be my advice if I was his age. Just I know he's going to double his money, quadruple his money, whatever. I'm sure that always plays a factor in making a decision. However, if he's good enough, he's going to get it another year later or 2 years, however many years he decides to stay there. Yeah, he's been outstanding. I just there's not a lot not to like about his game. His position is excellent. He's got excellent turn of pace. He's good on the ball. He's basically everything that you want of a centre back. Maybe he could be a little bit more physical in terms of just bigger and so on. But I don't think I've not seen him struggle against anyone. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they're going to go about it because he would be perfect for Chelsea.